I want you to imagine it, people. You're on a game show and you're on the final question, ready to become a millionaire. Truly an epic gamer moment. But what if that entire experience was overshadowed by the fact that the game show you were playing was considered too easy? Is that even possible? Hello! Welcome to Brainspill, the laziest show on the internet. My name is Tank, and if I was on a game show and I was about to win, then I expect to win the bloody money, regardless of how easy the questions are. I don't care how easy you make the questions, if you give me 15 straight questions and I answer them all correctly, I'm walking away with that millionaire prize money. Thank you very much. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was originally a game show created in the UK. A simple quiz of 15 questions where contestants had to answer questions with increasing difficulty. Famed for its lifelines that contestants can use to help them get out of a tricky situation and try and aim for the prize of £1 million. And of course, like any iconic piece of British media, the US wanted their own slice of the action and decided to make their own version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. The British production company Celador has licensed this show to ABC and a dozen other TV networks around the world, adapting the original show for their native audiences. For ABC in particular, they're the ones that produce the American version of the show, in which contestants would have a chance of winning $1 million if they answered 15 questions correctly. And for anyone that knows the conversion rate from Great British Pounds to the US dollar, you guys are getting pretty screwed, based on the fact that you're only getting $1 million. So yeah, sorry about that one. I'm going to hazard a guess that most people that are watching this video have probably seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in some format. Based on the fact that the show's been around since 1999, it's almost a staple of TV game shows at this point. In fact, it's probably one of the most popular ones there is, mainly due to the fact that instead of winning some beat up RV on some show, you can actually win £1 million / dollars / whatever local currency you're talking about on whichever show. Basically, you can win a shitload of money. Due to the fact that the prizes are so vast, the show has become incredibly popular, being one of the highest rated game shows in US television history. Only 12 contestants, according to Wikipedia, have ever won the US version of Millionaire, meaning that over all of these years, the chances of winning are quite slim, which makes the next story even more unbelievable. Because of this, you might be interested to find out that it's not actually the game show themselves that will actually reward you the money if you were to go on and win. That is in fact an insurance company that will pay out the person that wins if they manage to successfully beat all 15 questions. In the UK, this is through an insurance syndicate who would basically fund the prize money. This syndicate is Gameshow, a group of brokers at Lloyd's Bank in London that agree to pay out to the winner of any game in particular, those lucky few $1 million winners in the US. Under its contract, Gameshow were required to pay out prize money to contestants who win $500,000 or more on the show. Those smarty pants are going to be in for a payday if they can get their hands on that. So yeah, just to recap, we have the US version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and anyone that wins a large amount of money on that show is paid out by an insurance syndicate in the UK who will pay the prize money out to the winners. Cool, we're all on the same page. So what makes this even stranger is the people at Gameshow probably didn't think about the audience that they're dealing with. This is American TV, people, and they want those ratings. So it might come as a surprise to absolutely nobody that the insurance syndicate tried to sue the American version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on the basis that the questions they gave their contestants was too easy. Yes, in the year 2000, they launched this legal claim in the High Court in London, claiming that the American version of the show was too easy. And as a result of this, they faced unacceptable losses because producers made the questions too easy. I mean, of course now, due to the fact that the show's been running for so long, there have of course been multiple winners on different versions of the show. As a matter of fact, at this point, nobody had actually won the UK version of the show, and the most money anybody had ever walked away with at that point was the second place prize worth approximately $800,000. However, the US version of the show had already paid out the top prize twice to contestants during that time. So that was basically $2 million out of the bank, and then for 3 other contestants that also won $500,000 a pop. That is a lot of money over the course of just a couple of years. That sounds pretty cool. People going on the show, actually winning a lot of money, everybody's happy, it's all fun times. However, the insurance brokers were pretty pissed off by this and they don't like spending money. Hence the lawsuit. This lawsuit was intended to try and ramp up the difficulty of the show to try and stop so many people getting through to the final rounds. However, looking at the type of questions that were being asked, GoShawk's Syndicate cites an example of an easy question which said the following. Which of the following is a Latin dance? Mustard, mayonnaise, relish or salsa? This sounds like the easiest money that I'd ever make. I knew my knowledge of relish dancing would come into effect at some point in my life. So, what did they want the courts to do? Basically, the lawsuit was aimed at trying to void the insurance policy to make sure that they stopped paying out any more money and waved goodbye to the show. ABC hastily responded with the following very helpful statement on the topic. The integrity of Millionaire is beyond reproach. This is simply a dispute in which the company providing insurance is trying to deny coverage on the basis of a conversation it says it had with a broker. And well, you can bet your bottom dollar that the media were all over this at the time, with the Guardian newspaper even saying, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to become a millionaire. You just have to be American. Okay then. Of course, there were harder questions in the US show. The previous example I gave was an obvious, easy question that would be given in one of the first few rounds, but it was just used as an example to try and demonstrate that, really, comparing the shows, the US version may have been a little bit easier. Another big difference in the UK and US versions is the way the prize money is paid out. The UK version actually admitted to being able to fund the prize money when they charged potential customers who called into the show to apply, which means that with them being charged about $1 a minute on call, that money can basically be funneled into the prize fund for anybody that actually makes it onto the programme. So, in a long roundabout way, this dodgy way of dealing with new applicants is a great way to line the pockets of Celador, the British producer for the UK version of the show. Now, the US version of the show, which arguably is my favourite part of all of this, is that anybody that wants to apply to the show can call toll-free to apply, meaning that anyone was able to freely apply to the show without having to pay a dime. However, that does come with the added problem that they don't have an easy way to build funds in which to pay out contestants, hence the need for an insurance broker like GoShawk to get involved in something like this. Although game shows these days, it's fairly common practice to have an insurance policy behind you to pay out prizes. Normally on a lot of game shows, that's either a small amount of money, a toaster, or a free trip to Skegness. But when you're dealing with a show like Millionaire, where the prize is literally $1 million, then you kinda need somebody that's gonna give you that financial support. And in another way, playing devil's advocate, I can sort of understand why the insurers wanted to wiggle out of this, because that is a lot of money to commit to, especially when you're having multiple winners in such a short space of time. I mean, who knows, maybe they just got lucky and got some really smart people in to basically do a good job. Yeah, thinking about this, it may not be the fact that the US version of the show is easier, as apparently the show are able to vet candidates before they know if they're right for the show. On the UK version, contestants are picked at random, meaning that they can have a whole range of different people from different backgrounds. However, in the US version, they could possibly vet people and pull out the people who are most likely to win. So, as a matter of fact, if you were to compare people on both shows, it's more likely that people on the US version of the show are probably much more intelligent than the UK counterpart. Which is fine in a way, but then you do get into this grey area of whether it's even fair, if it's even entertaining, or at the end of it, if the producers are trying to pick these people to get them through to the final rounds in order to boost ratings. Either way, the only thing I know is that I think I prefer it where it's completely random, because the few times you get someone failing on the first question, that is TV gold, and I will never stop watching those videos online. As a result of this, GoShawk wanted the US producers to stop screening contestants and for them to toughen up the questions so less people got the large prize money. There was also an allegation that the show was purposefully made easier in order for the ratings to be higher, like I previously mentioned. As to how true this is, I don't really know, but I can certainly see how this might happen if you're not the one writing the check. So ABC turned around and basically said, we've got a written contract, these are our terms, we're sticking to it. And that's that. Now, I'd love to tell you what the outcome of the lawsuit was, but the difficulty is there just isn't that much information online that gives us any sort of update on what happened with this. Which leads me to believe that this lawsuit by GoShawk probably didn't go anywhere. And 2 years later, well, we got a little bit more information. Lloyds Bank actually closed down GoShawk Insurance due to a few poor choices and the exposure they'd made themselves, which sort of tells you everything you need to know, really. It ain't all sunshines and rainbows over here either, as in 2019, the UK version of the show was met with the same criticism, in the fact that people were complaining online about the fact that many of the questions used were quite easy, and a lot of people accused the show of making it purposefully easy to make good TV. So, no matter what side of the pond you're on, there's always going to be someone accusing you of making the questions on your favourite game show way too easy. If you like the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to be notified as soon as I upload my next video, be sure to hit the bell button. And if you've got any ideas for what topics you'd like me to discuss next, let me know down in the comments below. As always, sources used in the video will be in the description. Don't worry though guys, if you felt like you missed the boat on those easy questions, if you're due to go on a game show like this, then don't fret. All you need is to take a buddy with you who's got a particularly bad cough that day, and they'll lead you through all 15 questions. No questions asked. I'll see you guys in the next video. Fantastic.